Welcome to this short video. First and foremost, Assalamu alaikum to all those who view this. I trust that you are all in good health, and indeed your families are in good health. My name is Salim. I'm standing for the post of Vice President for the Pak Pashtoon Association as an independent individual. No affiliation to any group or any members, just an independent. I have with me today two additional independent candidates who will introduce themselves once I pass over the microphone. In the first instance, however, I would like to say a few words with regards why I'm standing as Vice President for the Pak Pashtoon Association. Many people have asked me what my motive is for standing for this particular position. And I suppose the answer to that is that we've had a Pak Pashtoon Association for many years, and a current cabinet with members that have been on the Pak Pashtoon Association cabinet list for up to 16-17 years. Now, to contextualize all this, what we have is a cabinet that has delivered in terms of a building. However, other than a building which is unfinished and will probably remain unfinished for a long time, they have delivered very little. Now I say that because we as Pashtuns in this wonderful country of ours have our second generation, third generation Pashtuns, yet we have Somali communities, Yemeni communities who have been here for a small number of years, yet have managed to provide infrastructure for themselves. They've got their own educational establishments, they've got their own masjids, they've got projects for their women, for their children to upskill them. And thinking about that, it shows that there's been very little added value by the Pak Pashtoon Association for our Pashtun Qawm. We pay our memberships, we get very little in return. The memberships have gradually, or the membership fees rather, have gradually increased over the years. And again, the question needs to be asked, well, what are we getting in return? What is the return on our investment? And the answer quite simply is very little. My intention as a vice president, if elected, is to ensure that our women have a voice in the community, that our women are given opportunities to develop and upskill. We will ensure that we provide funding for a range of projects to help with our women. A simple example is a lot of our sisters who come over to this country who effectively need to pass certain tests for the Home Office. Well, we need to be providing these. We've got people in the community who are professionals, who are teachers in English, who can actually provide such a service and ensure that they succeed in getting the necessary qualifications to be able to eventually become citizens of this great country. That is one example. We need to also think about the youth as well. There are many projects that have been undertaken by the Somali community and the Yemeni community and other smaller communities, yet we have none of those kind of projects with the Pashtun community. So myself as an academic in a university, a graduate of 5 very high profile universities in this country, my thought process is that enough is enough. It's time for a change. It is time to ensure that we get the right people in the right positions, people who are progressive, people who are honest, and people who are transparent. It's about ensuring that the Qawm, when they elect individuals like me and my 2 cousins by my side, that we actually perform, we carry out the duties, the responsibilities that have been entrusted by the electorate. We're not here for our own personal gains. There are no gains. We will make our own sacrifices, and we will ensure that we move the Pashtun community into the 21st century, because at present we are at least 20-30 years behind every other group of people that have settled here. I'm conscious that I don't want to spend too much time and I want the video to be short, so on this point I will now pass over to my cousin on my right, who will continue by introducing himself and then providing a little bit more in terms of why we are standing as an independent group of individuals for the Pak Pashtoon Association.
Okay, right, thank you very much, Sal. He's stolen a lot of my thunder, thankfully, which makes it a lot easier for me to say what I'm going to say. My name is Mohammed Mumtaz Khan, born here in the UK. My older brother was born abroad, so I'm the first of my family to be born in the UK. Now, the reason I'm standing with my two colleagues on my left and my right is we were previously, and I'm currently, an executive member with the current board. Now, basically, we've had enough. We've come to the conclusion that yes, there was change in 2019 where approximately 3 new members were elected to the previous and current cabinet. But as Salim mentioned, it's still the core of the same people that have been in the past 16 years. And though, yes, we have moved forward in the last 2 years, the step that we've moved forward to is nowhere near enough. Yes, the building looks really nice when you see it from the outside and also from the inside, but realistically it's only 20% complete. We're still 80% away. So we now have to really think radically, and the only way I think radically really is a root and branch change of the whole of the committee in itself and start again. That is the only way forward. Now, myself, I have 9 years experience at Toyota in project engineering. I've also had 8 years experience as a governor on 3 different committees, finance, planning, and also building security. So I have experience. What I will bring to the role as Assistant General Secretary, which is the position I'm standing for, is actually to have reports done on time and concise, to ensure that everything that we do as a committee is relayed back, not just to the committee and to the executive, but also to the people. So when you ask a question, I'll be there to support the General Secretary to ensure that question is answered in a timely manner and fully, which at the moment it hasn't been, and for the 16 years that I can think with the current core of people has not been done and not carried out correctly. So that is where I'm coming from. We have a raft of issues that or proposals that we're actually going to put forward, which are set in stone. But rather than take the thunder of my colleague to the right,
thank you.
I'll let him explain that, and I'll put it over to capable Iqbal, who will hopefully let you know more. Thank you.
Thank you, cousin. My name, I'm gonna hold this actually, if you don't mind, because I haven't got anywhere to pin it to. My name is Iqbal Shereen Khan, and I'm standing with my colleagues here as a volunteer, may I add. We're all volunteers to support our community. The reason behind why I've joined is purely for too long I have been sitting and watching my community fall back versus the Mirpuri communities, the Yemenis communities, the Somalian communities, the Romanian communities. And I initially started to work with the PPA on the executive committee, executive members piece, and was extremely frustrated and shocked at how everything had been run for so many years. So now we've taken the initiative to really join the voting committee and really make a difference to this community, because it needs it. This is now time for change. There is no other way about it. This is the core part of when they raised the £100 membership, which we 3 of us totally disagreed against. Really is now a time for change. There's no transparency, there's no clarity on why they did it when we asked. Alternatively, we were told we will get the information, but it never came forward. So look, we as independents are standing for 5 key things, and I just want to take you through those 5 key things because they're very, very important. The first one is a change in the constitution. What we don't want is another 16 years of Iqbal Shereen standing, or Khan Salim standing, or Mumtaz standing. So what we're going to introduce is to refresh and give all the different Dabar a chance to nominate themselves and be part of the community. Is no one can stand for more than 2 terms, and then they have to vacate and not stand for another term and then after that they can stand again if they wanted to, which stops people being in their positions for 15, 16 years and becoming very, very stale. We need to move with the community. We need to recruit more people into the PPA, younger UK people, to make that difference as we go forward. And my children, I'd want my children to be involved in this as well going forward, inshallah. So that's a big, big change to the constitution. The other aspect is around the core facility around deceased support. So UK and overseas will provide £4,150. UK and burial in Pakistan will receive £4,150. And then any member who has deceased in Pakistan, their family over here in the UK will receive £2,000. That's towards anything that they want. It's entirely up to the individual family how they spend that money. But one thing I must say to you all is that we will give the full amount. So if your funeral costs come to £3,000, we will give you the remainder to the relevant family member that's nominated to have that money. So you will get the full amount. I'm talking about the full amount and not part. So I hope that's very, very clear. The third element is about the membership fees. Now we totally disagreed for £100 this year, and without knowing all the financial status that the PPA is in at the moment, we will absolutely guarantee you for the next 2 years, not 1 year, 2 years of a fee anything between £25 to £50. And in between, as part of me standing for the finance secretary, you will know how much you are spending and where you are spending. And when you ask any one of us, we will be able to give you an answer. At the moment, for the past 15 years, you haven't had any answers. For the past 6 to 8 months where we've been intricately involved, we've had no support from the current finance team. So you will have visibility on a monthly and a quarterly basis in terms of how much we're spending, where we're spending. It's your money, not ours. So that's number 3. Number 4, membership changes. This is going to be a big change for people who have daughters. And it's a fundamental change, and it will save you all a lot of money. What we're saying is that, and we're reverting back to your old policy that the current people changed. What we're saying is that any daughter over the age of 18 who lives with their parents, or who are either out of work or not working, but unmarried or studying away, is covered under their father's policy. That is really important, because I know people who have daughters over the age of 18 who are paying separate fees. That is from next membership 2022, that will no longer be an issue for anybody if you vote for us this time around. So I want you to be very clear, and that could be a very big cost saving for all of you in our community. And it's something that we want to support women in the community going forward. A new membership. We've lost, I think, over the past 10 years, a fair few people who've gone off and moved away from the membership for various different reasons and set up their own committees, which is fine. What we want to do is bring back unity. Bring back all those people under one banner. We are one community. And we will come out to you if you've moved away and this PPA has upset you in any way. We will come to you and we'll ask you what you want, what you need. And we want you to come back to us and join us, and let's just be stronger together. So there's 5 policies. One around the change in the constitution, where someone can't stand for more than 2 terms, so it's constantly refreshed. Second is about the deceased support of £4,100 for UK and overseas, and UK burials that go to Pakistan. And members deceased in Pakistan 2000, you will get the full amount of money no matter how much the cost, if it comes under. Membership will guarantee 2 years, anything between £25 to £50. Membership changes. Unmarried women who live at home with their parents, and both their parents or one of their parents is alive, will not have to pay any membership fees until they get married or their parents have passed away. And then the new members, we want you back. We will give you the incentive. So therefore, you're only going to pay £100 as a one-off fee, rather than the £300 that's currently in place, which is ridiculous, and the annual joining fee at that time. So please come and embrace us. We're here. This is the time for change. Thank you.
So just to re-emphasise, if I may, on a couple of pieces that should be fine. That Iqbal has actually mentioned, and that is the membership fee, or for the girls over 18. So if you're already a member, come next year you won't need to pay again. So you'll still be a member in your own right, not under your parents' name, but you won't pay a fee for these 2 years that we're in. Hopefully, if you vote for us, that we're in, you won't pay. So that's new members. Girls that just turned 18, and also the current ones who've also already paid to become members. So we can't refund, unfortunately, because that money's already been taken, but next year you won't pay. That's your number one. And secondly, just an overall, on the 5 points we've mentioned, the current people who are in power, the incumbents, have actually decided to use two of our items. So the 4,150 and the 2,000 they've adopted. So obviously to them they've seen it's a good policy, and equally they've guaranteed £25. These are the very same people who fought tooth and nail with the three of us to say that we must increase to £100, with no reason given, and to a point where actually the two colleagues next to me, because we'd made such a fuss about that and other issues, got rid of them off the executive with no reason given as to why they're removed. Okay, so these are the people we're against. We want to bring this committee back to how it should be. Okay, progressive. At the moment we're not progressive. The Bangladeshi community and Pakistani community, even though their committees are much smaller, are far stronger than ours, far superior. It's not right. We need to redress the balance now and push us forward. That is what we three stand for as independents, with the other four guys that are standing on the team. So all we're asking people is to trust in us. We are there to push you forward. We're there to represent you, as well as ourselves, as a complete community, and not a fractured community with different gum. Amatul Khil, we've got Lamawar and also Shotar next to me. 3 different khils, but we're standing together, unified. So please vote for us on the 27th. We will not let you down. This is the leaflet that we've currently made. This should be coming to your doors. Hopefully we'll deliver them by hand ourselves. They're also online, so people who are online should be getting them online. And these are basically the whole team, our whole team, that we're asking you, as first of all friends and family of ours, to also vote. The people that are standing for positions are: for president is Noor Ahmed. For vice president, obviously Salim Khan, my colleague to the left. For general secretary, there's Amjad Ali Khan. For assistant general secretary, myself. For finance secretary, my colleague to the right, Iqbal Shereen Khan. For assistant finance secretary is Dr. Waheed Ahmed Khattak. And for the position of a welfare officer, Nauruzuddin. So please, on September, the 27th of this month, which is this Sunday, make sure, if you don't have the leaflet, we'll post you the leaflet, but those who have the leaflet, please go buy the leaflet and vote the people, the 7 people that are on that, the independents for change. Please, 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 don't sit watching TV or watching football or whatever. Get up, put your vote in, go home after that, not a problem. No need to hang around, just make your vote and make it count. Thank you.